Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm here with another video, and this one is entitled Being Unbothered. And the reason why I do that is because it's taken me so long to be unbothered that I have to teach it to others. I have to encourage other people to be unbothered. And let me just tell you what that means. Being unbothered means being unbothered is the idea of being totally unconcerned or worried about other people's opinions, other people's ideas, or other people's influence on or in your life. And this is my kind of definition, a bit of a mishmash of the Oxford Dictionary and what I think unbothered is. Because I think we live in a moment right now where there is so much going on in life. There is wars and rumors of wars. There is ministers, particularly in England, who are not doing their job, and we will all want to get rid of them. And of course, there's a big Rona that's been going around now for about, 19 months? And it's causing a lot of havoc in people's lives. And I think particularly the threat of illness has been a massive one for anybody. It's mentally taxing, it's emotionally taxing, and for some people, physically as well as financially, very, very taxing. And it can be a massive distraction. So I'm not saying not to acknowledge it. I'm not saying don't be in the news. There is a disclaimer. You're responsible for your own life. But here would be my advice to you and how I've handled it. Being less consumed about the woes of the world. That doesn't mean that you're not aware. You know you need to be, because you need to know if you can go out, if you can go to work, and how you need to handle all of that business. So, use that in your own discretion. But my point is this: don't let it consume you to a point that you're paralyzed about how to do your own life. You've got to be so in tune with yourself and what you know that whatever else is going on over here, as important as it is in order for you to live a good life, it does not define how you do your own life, because ultimately you are responsible about where you put your focus on. And that is key. Focus at this time is of paramount importance. If you want to live your best life, you need to be able to choose where you focus your energy on, where you spend your time, and what you choose to really be in your life. Because what it is that they say, out of the abundance, I think it's Proverbs, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So if you're constantly being filled with all of this fear, all of this worry, all of this concern, you're definitely going to end up being in a space where you're spewing out the same, I was going to say the S word, but the same challenges that are being posited to you. And you've got to be accountable for your own life. Because you know what they say, where your focus goes, where your attention goes, your energy goes. So you don't want to be focusing your energy on something that is on a large scale of life, doesn't have to impact you as much, in terms of your own well-being. I'm not saying be ignorant. Definitely do not be ignorant of what's going on. Be focused on what's going on in the world, but remember its place. I mean, I heard somebody say that they're always, the reason why they're so concerned about this Rona thing is because they're always watching the news and hearing the negativity. The news is never going to be positive. Honestly, very rarely do you hear good news. It's always meant to shock your system. So if you're constantly listening to something that triggers you all the time, you're going to end up being a walking time bomb, always looking for something to scare the hell out of your life, and you don't need that. So step one of being unbothered is don't focus too much of your attention on what is going on in the world right now. Focus instead on what you want your life to be in the midst of the chaos. The other thing would be focusing on what you can control. They talk a lot in training and development about the locus of control. What can you control about what your life right now? Choose where you want to focus. Can you control what's going on in the world? Can you control Rona? Can you control the rumors of war? Can you control all the tragedies around, race and all of that stuff? No, but you can choose how you live your life. You can choose to do this day your good. You can choose to mind your own business. You can choose to focus on your work if you do have one. You can choose on loving people. You can choose in empowering people. You can choose to be a light. In the midst of the chaos, you can still flourish. And that means taking your attention away from the way the world wants you to think about it and into where you want to go. That much you have control over. And I would urge you, with all that is within me, to focus on what you can control. Because what you can't control is no point worrying about it. You know, you have this much time on earth, and it's up to you how you choose to focus on it. The other thing for me to focus on, to encourage you to focus on really, is to remember that these too shall pass. And that for me has been a lifesaver. You know, often when my life has been chaotic and out of control, I've tried to remember that these too shall pass. Nothing lasts forever. Sometimes it can be hard. You know, when you're in the thick of it, it's really hard to see the trees from the woods or the woods from the trees, you know. But you can choose to remind yourself, even in the pain, even in the sorrow, even in the sad news, even in the chaos, that these too shall pass. Everything is temporary. And if you can believe that, you can know that in the end of it all, the sun will still shine. Winter comes, summer comes, spring comes, autumn comes. These are the seasons of life. We cannot decide when winter will be, but we can choose how we react to the winter when it comes. We can choose to be prepared. We can choose to layer up. You can choose to turn the heating on. You can choose to turn the fire on. Or you can choose to swim where the wind is going, right? Meaning, don't allow yourself to be distracted by the seasons of life. They come every year, year in, year out. And it's your choice to decide how you're going to respond to the seasons of life. The other thing is, choose your focus. Choose to stay focused on the things that impress you most. Especially if you have a goal in mind, choose this day who you will serve, right? And that sounds really, really minuscule and almost pedantic. But I think if you can choose what you serve today, don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of itself. I always say that your tomorrow is your today, is based on what you do today. I think there's a quote that I think is Epictetus, don't quote me, but it's someone along those lines that say, you could be great today and yet you choose tomorrow. And you know why? You choose tomorrow because tomorrow never comes. Tomorrow is an illusion. And if you're always waiting for tomorrow, you will never live the extraordinary life that you need to live today. Because your today builds your tomorrow. It took me the longest time to actually realize what that meant. Because for me, I was massive on, yeah, I could do it tomorrow. You know, I could always do that tomorrow. And it's true, you could always do it tomorrow. But tomorrow is not guaranteed. So while you're focusing on doing it tomorrow, try and have an urgency about today. Try and think about what you can do today, right? I can be joyful today. I can be focused today. I can choose to speak life into somebody. I can choose to stay on my goals today. I can choose to do that walk. I can choose to eat well today because I don't know about tomorrow. Tomorrow I may not have that opportunity. And I know that sounds really dire, but it's a really good way of focusing your energy on today. You know, because I think sometimes we just, you know, especially when you're young, you sort of think, oh, you know, I've got my whole life ahead of me. I don't need to be focusing on all of that. But actually, you do need to be focusing on that. If you really want your years to be great, if you really want your life to be fulfilled, if you want to say, I've run a good race, I've enjoyed my time, you can only do that if you spend your time today enjoying today. So I hope that's been helpful to you. Be encouraged. Keep living your best life because everything is possible. Take good care and I'll speak to you next week. Take care. Bye.